try to be where things were happening so that I would make the right contacts. And I got a lot of criticism from friends who were out partying and having a good time because it was college and they were, doing everything. And spring break was always a really big thing. And I never really did that whole spring break thing. I maybe had some fun, had some time off, but I never went, pegged it, right? I never went spring break 100. And I got a note. I remember the day I was finishing college, after graduation, it was like we were all packing up the U-Haul, and I got a note from one of my friends who was one of the harder partiers, and there was like this note sitting on the coffee table that everybody else had moved out of the house, and I picked it up, and it was so out of character from this guy, and it just said, he said, "Of all our friends, you're the one that I watched who did it right. You balanced what you wanted to get out of college and had a good time." And that was so meaningful to me because it was like, oh, I thought I was the nerd. I thought everybody was being super critical of me. And he said, "Of all the people that I've met at college, I think you're going to be the one who succeeds because you balance it." And yeah, thank you. So now look, what this means right now, not in this period of time, but I'm talking about right now, is an opportunity for us. We are in the middle of a launch of Ultimate Portion Fix that is already, the feedback that we're getting on Ultimate Portion Fix is blowing my mind. And I've got to tell you a little story. I was in Clearwater, Florida, just before this trip. I took my dad and my brother to see some spring training baseball games. And so you sit in the middle of this game and just watch people who, there's a game, there's these professional players, you can almost reach out and touch them, they're so close. But it is like food is scarce because you better eat. This is the only place in the world they have food. And it's hot dogs and burgers and popcorn, and you have to be putting something in your mouth and drinking something during all 9 innings, or you're not playing along with the players or something. And I'm watching this, and I'm thinking, workouts are great. It's important that we exercise. But these people who we can help, 200 million people who we can help, just need us to remind them that it's possible to enjoy life and still be in control. To enjoy life and not be addicted to the food around us. To enjoy life and have some sense of wanting to contribute, want to protect your own health. This is what we've got to do. What I'm asking you is that even while you're on this cruise, that you take an hour. If you can find an hour. Now look, I'm not going to argue if you want to make it an hour a day, but I'm asking you to find an hour. Because the launch of Ultimate Portion Fix, as we roll into 21-day fix real time, kicking off on April 1st, everybody who purchases Ultimate Portion Fix before April 1st gets to participate in that real-time launch. Coaches get to participate, access to Autumn Calabrese in the 21-day fix real-time group. Similar to what we talked about with Morning Meltdown 100, it's an enormous opportunity. 21-day fix obviously was a record breaker for us 5 years ago. Here we are with this amazing opportunity, a deeper dive into the containers, taking it seriously how addictive food and sugars can be, how out of control we are with understanding what a good portion is, how easy it can be to help inspire the kids to get involved with this Eat the Rainbow chart that Autumn and the team have created. There's so much in Ultimate Portion Fix that we can share, but here's the thing. This month, so far, about 18,000 coaches have sold one thing. Meaning, now some of those 18,000 coaches have sold many things, have sold hundreds of things, including particularly a nutrition start, Shakeology, right? We talk about a daily dose of dense nutrition, the gateway to great health. But out of 360,000 coaches, 18,000 have sold something. So my challenge to you is that you spend an hour on this cruise I see y'all posted, we got internet. Because there are 300, so we got 2,500 coaches or so on this cruise. That means there's 257,000 some odd coaches, 357 some odd thousand coaches out there that you are all representing. You represent those, let's call it 350,000 coaches out there who I guarantee you, similar to the stories I heard last night, are not currently engaged, proactively watching what they eat. They don't feel like they're in control of food, and they are not even aware that 21-Day Fix Real Time is coming. They're not even aware that 21-Day Fix Extreme is coming. I'm not asking you to reach out to all of them, but I am asking you to get two while you're on this cruise. We've got a promotion going right now where the coach development team came up with a great idea. They were like, Carl, you're always giving away money. Give us 10 grand. Like, what are you talking about? And they said, we're going to give away 10 grand of your money to anybody who hasn't already gotten a Success Club point this month, right? That's the way it works, Kim. Anybody who hasn't gotten a point this month, who does it this week, will be in a pool to be one of 100 people who can get $100. Okay, so we're going to pick people out of a pool. So there's this opportunity for people on your team who have yet to score a Success Club point to get one. There's an opportunity for everybody on your team. I guarantee you they know two people. I'm not talking about posting more. Like, we always need to be attracting, inviting, connecting. But what I'm talking about is connecting to two human beings in their life, co-worker, family member. When I was in Utah, I was talking to Doug and Arnold about this sort of epiphany that I'd had. I was speaking to some of you coaches, you know who you are, and learning about the sophisticated processes that you have to move people, what they call the top of the funnel, bringing thousands of people in and whittle it down. And you finally get to those 10 to 15 coaches who you might sign up in any given month. It's an amazing number, 10 to 15 coaches that you might sign up a month. But I want you to look at this a little bit differently. What if you really connected to two human beings, not who came through some big funnel system, but connected to two human beings, maybe the last 10 people that you texted on your phone, or the last people that you worked with at your job that you talked to. Connect with two people. Everybody on this ship can commit to helping two people this week. Take an hour and just say to them, I want to help you get control of food. I know you've been watching me do this coach thing. You've been thinking about it. Maybe you even made fun of me. But I want you to join me. Go through these 30 videos of Ultimate Portion Fix. Be ready to do 21-Day Fix with me starting on April 1st. This is what we do connecting with people. It's not just a big machine. I think we can often get sidetracked with, what is my, even Success Club system and all the boxes that I need to check. What does it boil down to? It boils down to connecting with people. And when you, literally, I watched it. I was at this diner, again, with my dad and brother, and as we're sitting there, this woman literally brings 3 baskets of pastries. We didn't order pastries, but we got a croissant in there, we got a muffin in there, and we got a, what is the thing with a Danish, right? That's a Danish with the little thing in the middle, okay? So each of us, we sit down, glasses of water, and we got these baskets of pastries. We didn't order the pastries. And then she stood there, what would you like to order? And I'm like, well, what are these about? She's like, well, those are your bakery baskets. I'm like, what? So this is what everybody we know is facing when they go out. They are facing these choices, these options that are so delicious, and you salivate because we're addicted to sugar. And if you see in the Ultimate Portion Fix videos, the trash can filled with sugar that we consume on average every single year, it's stunning. And when you do that math in terms of what the kids are eating, it is stunning. It is our job to go on a cruise, celebrate our leadership. You're such phenomenal, fantastic people to be here. But our mission cannot take days off. We each need to get 2 people while we're on here. 2,500 people need to turn that into 7,500 people who are in control of what they're eating because of Ultimate Portion Fix. It's you plus 2 and your teams. Put a call together if you need to. Find some way to get an email out there. Ring the alarm bell. A program right now is being released that can help people get control of food with these little containers and enough information that they understand how to go deep into their why. And then they do this 21-day program, which they're going to encounter real time, like we've shot 80-Day Obsession, to get that 21 days under their belt. And then maybe they'll move over to 21-Day Fix Extreme. What I'm asking you to do is understand that this mission is the kind of thing that you need to get yourself psyched up about every day. When you walk around this ship and you see all the food, now imagine, normally this ship would be, obviously they would sell excursions on a ship like this, and people have a great time, and they spend a lot of time and money at the bars and the buffets and the restaurants and gambling, and hey, all good, take a vacation. But imagine how different the world would be if every time a ship like this was filled with people going on vacation, they just had a little bit more control. They had a little bit more control of their health and their well-being, and as they had their kids on that ship, they taught their kids a little bit more control, a little bit of portion control. Balance what goes on your plate. That is what we get to do. Nobody else is doing this. I was having a conversation last night where somebody was telling me how she's so tired of hearing people criticize Beachbody or call out Beachbody for being an MLM. You know, if you look up Carl Daikeler, one of the first things, you know, because I Google myself often, one of the first things that comes up is Carl Daikeler pyramid scheme. And I'm like, okay. Because here's why I'm okay with that. And this is what I said to her. I'm okay with it because I'm going to build the healthiest damn pyramid that has ever existed. Totally. An absolute 100% bona fide killer health pyramid. That's what I'm building. And this pyramid is going to be built from people with these smiles, with this positive attitude, who happen to get on a cruise together, help hold each other accountable, hold thousands of people accountable throughout the world who have no clue how to get control of this situation on their own. Okay, I don't need help buying candles. I don't need help buying yoga pants. I don't need help even buying lunch. You know what I need help with? You know what my brother needs help with? Or my dad, or my friends? What they need help with is some strategy that helps them figure out food. They need help figuring out food. If it requires a pyramid to help them, if it requires, I don't know, some temple, if it requires a building shaped like a guitar, a snowman, what is that what you said? Stonehenge. Yes, Carl Daikeler, Stonehenge. If that's what it requires for us to help people get healthy and fit, to inspire them, to give them a financial incentive to help other people, does that exist anywhere in the ecosystem of health and fitness? Yes, it does. Right here, a financial incentive to help our fellow man get control of a situation that is crashing over us like a wave. Commercials, junk food, restaurants everywhere that want to feed you so that you enjoy it, so that you gain weight, so that you go back because you're hooked. We need to get unhooked. How do we get unhooked? We get unhooked with help, with love, with people who will step up, and even if they're on a friggin' cruise, will reach out and try to help us. We're all going to get 2 this week. Now look, I want you to have fun. Don't get me wrong. I want you to have an absolute blast. And it's totally okay. You're going to leave here, you might be 5 pounds up, you might be 10 pounds up, you might be 1 pound up, you might be 2 pounds down. Whatever your thing's going to be, you do you. But that doesn't mean we stop helping people at the same time. It doesn't mean that we become unconscious about it. Stay conscious about it. You're going to have the opportunity to learn something really meaningful today. You know, I talk about my struggle. Like, I have this list that I keep in a document in my laptop, that when I doubt myself, when I wonder, wait a minute, am I capable? Can I really get anything done? And I have this list of things, oh, I did that. And everybody told me that Shakeology wouldn't work. And people said, now I can remember my board of directors saying, network marketing, that's not going to work. And then when we were $35 million in the hole, they said, we need to shut this thing down. I said, absolutely not. This is going to be the future of the company. Now it's an $800 million part of the business. Look at you. And so I go to this, and you take for granted, I think, often what power you have over this 360,000 coaches, what power you have over the 1.6 million members of Beachbody On Demand, helping. We can't take for granted just the fact that they're in and signed up, that means it's the end. We need to constantly be holding each other accountable. And today at 2:30, you're going to have the opportunity to hear Autumn Calabrese's story. I've heard the story of how little support she had, how much discouragement she had, how everybody was telling her she would never succeed. And she's going to go through today, and while she talks a little bit about Ultimate Portion Fix, what it's really about is her success story and what it took for her to overcome incredible odds, injuries, dreams that crashed. You're going to want to be here at 2:30 to hear that story if you want to be inspired by another girl boss. I highly recommend that. And all of that is within the context of one thing, of one beautiful thing that we all get to share. And that is the fact that as you sit here, you could have chosen everything. You could have chosen the candles. You could have chosen other careers. But some part of your life, you wanted to have meaning. You wanted it to be something that you could share. Both you wanted to solve your own problem, but you wanted to share it. And of course, it's up and down. Michael talks about the slope that we see of the growth of the business. But it's within that slope, if you zoom in, especially over the last few years as we transitioned to digital, as we organized the company differently so we could really focus on the network, so that we could really drive people to creating groups, we saw these ups and downs. But right now, we're definitely seeing it go up. And it's going to continue to go up if we focus on getting everybody to create a group of 1, 2, 3, literally a group of 1. That's okay. Invite more people. A group of 2, even better. A group of 4, 5, 6. What can you do with my Challenge Tracker app? How can you share what we do with people? Be so proud of what you do, because we all have this in common. It is an amazing, outrageous thing to me that a little idea that started over lunch about 12 years ago has now turned into the fact that I can rent a cruise ship. And I can fill it with people that have the biggest hearts, who have such courage, and I have to tell you, 100 times more potential than you give yourselves credit for. You need your own hallway where you write your inspiring messages on it. You need your own book where you note what have you done of significance and how are you going to continue it. You need to listen to Autumn today at 2:30 to be inspired by the fact that people can tell you no over and over and over again, and then you can become one of the greatest super trainers in North America and the UK. You need to hear this stuff. And then the other thing you need to do is you need to get to this week. And you need to get on the phone or find a way to communicate with your teams. Tell them I asked them. They need to put a group together of 2. Ultimate Portion Fix, 21-day fix. We are in, right now, we are in launch mode. So have a good time on this cruise, but everybody gets 2. We together on this? Yeah. Thank you, everybody. I love you so much. So proud to work with you. All right. Michael Daikeler.